little while ago, I typed the phrase, "What is God?" into Google, and it generated roughly 3.7 billion results. The definition sourced by Google defines God as the creator and ruler of the universe and source of all moral authority, the supreme being. Along the side, an excerpt from the deity Wikipedia page is shown, defining a deity as a hypothetical supernatural being who is considered divine or sacred. Religion to me is probably one of the more fascinating parts of our culture, especially when you consider that many sports fans worship their teams with the same fanaticism as many Christians who worship Christ. An Atlantic article even suggests that those who believe and know God are in some ways more religious than those that do believe. I've been on a strange spiritual journey lately, and I have a lot of questions. But most of my questions don't derive from wanting to know the truth about religion. They deal with wanting to know the truth about faith. In particular, I want to know not only why those who are devoutly religious have as much faith as they do, but how. Most of these questions come from my own beliefs and my own journey, but before I dive into why others have faith, I should take a look at why my own faith might be lacking. I was raised a Christian, and I've always believed in God, and on some level I still do, but I never took that plunge, so to speak. For the most part, I've always had this conflict with faith. I've wanted to take that dive, but for whatever reason, I've just always held back. There's just something about it that never felt right to me. I could never picture myself as the type of person who is always on their hands and knees and constantly glorifying God. I would say that I have faith, but just not as much as others who, in my opinion, have too much. It's been several weeks now since I started writing this, and at least a couple of months since I first started to think about it. And I've been struggling with how to wrap it up. I think that's because that why my faith is lacking question is a difficult one to answer. In fact, faith in itself is a difficult question to answer. All that I know right now is that before I ask others about this question, I have to start with myself. It has to start with me. The trouble is, I don't really know how. The best way that I can put it is through REM, who said it best with, "That's me in the corner, losing my religion. I'm trying to keep up with you, and I don't know if I can do it. I feel as if my faith is slowly fading away. I'm often comparing myself to those who have faith and wondering not only why I don't share the same feelings, but also if I ever can. And in the end, I just wonder, is my faith gone for good? And if it is gone, will it ever come back?"